Huh? Yeah. Exhausted. I'd like to say it was a heck of a win for us. Really proud of our team and really appreciative of our fans. They helped us out there at the end. But it was a dramatic victory, one I'll never forget. I'll answer any questions that I can. It was a great effort.
John, talk about the two-point conversion, the desire to go for that.
Well, it crossed my mind, but after the second penalty, I wouldn't have been able to wake up tomorrow not knowing what we would have done with Allstott. I mean, our goal line offense has been pretty good, and I want to give them a good look. We were inside the 1 yard line, and just felt it was a thing to do, given the fact Washington had moved the ball very well. There's no guarantees what happens in overtime.
Coach, talk about the catch by Edel Shepard, the call.
That was unbelievable. Shep played big for us. I've been saying to everybody all along that he's a bright prospect. He hasn't really had an opportunity, but he set up a touchdown early in the game. We knew they were going to blitz us and blitz us repeatedly, especially in crunch situations, which obviously that was at the end. And we had a maximum protection. It was a great route, a great throw. But the pickups, the pickups by Michael Pittman, by Alex Smith, by our offensive line, we had some unbelievable maximum blitz pickups today that allowed Chris the time to make the throws, and I thought he was outstanding most of the game today. Well, you're going to say there's 3 or 4 plays that leave you, somewhat surprised why he did what he did. But Washington Redskins, let's make no mistake now, their defense speaks for itself. We did it without Michael Clayton, who's been a key element of this offense. It was a great step forward for Chris. Great step forward.
For a quarterback in his position, how big a deal is it to be able to engineer that 2-minute drive and win a game?
Well, it was huge. I mean, he tied the game at 28, and we're down by 7. He brought us back and put the winning score on a scoreboard. So, those are games that you dream about as a quarterback. His dad won many games like that, bringing the Giants from behind, and this is a great start for Chris Sims and gives our football team a real lift. When we're not up to speed on defense, which we clearly weren't today, and a lot of that had to do with the Redskins, it's good to know as a football player, if we get the ball back to our quarterback, he can do something with it. He made a great statement today in front of a lot of people.
Coach Mike Allstott, 2 TDs, 2-point conversion.
Well, we're going to try and keep him around here for years to come. I realize his role as ball carrier has been reduced. That could change as the season unfolds. We're working hard to get the running game going. We've seen some very good defenses. I don't see teams running at will, honestly, against the Carolina Panthers and Redskins, some of the teams we've seen recently. But he's a premier pro football player, one that I'm just proud to be associated with, and we're going to try to get a lot more out of him in the next 7 games.
Did you see the Dick Vermeil decision last week, and what did you think of it during the week, if you did?
No, I really don't watch TV much anymore. Given the last couple of years that I've had, I try not to watch TV much, but I just think it's the right situation. You got a chance to win the game in overtime, tied up 0-0. That's what the score is. Or you just say, hey, we're on the 1-foot line here, man, and we're not going to get a better opportunity than this, let's be honest.
So without that second offside call on the block, you probably would have just gone for PAT?
I wouldn't say that. There was a lot of emotions at that time. We felt we had momentum, and we felt we had some good looks coming in here today on the goal line. We felt we prepared it well, and our guys would come off and give us the look that we needed. But that was a decision that had to be made. I think anybody in here would have done the same. Well, that was a big play. Obviously, we established momentum, and they took it right back with a 95-yard return. And I felt it was close enough to challenge, as I did Carnell's fumble, just because of the proximity of the field and the magnitude of the play. And you got to put it in the officials' hands. When they freeze frame that thing and you see white shoe on white line, you think it's an overturn. You think you're going to win a challenge for a change, but I'm below the Mendoza line on the challenges. I know that. It's an amazing win for our team, and I'm not going to sit here and cry wolf or anything like that, but we've had a number of injuries, including our starting quarterback, our starting flanker. A number of players have been hurt and unable to play. Our safety man, Will Allen, couldn't finish the game today, and once again, Pearson finishes as a safety. It's a real credit to these guys in our locker room. They've played very hard, and for that reason, we're still alive in this race. I'm not going to get that deep and philosophical with you, man. We have won 6 games. We won 5 games last year, so we have shown some improvement in the direction that we want to go as a football team. We've lost a lot of high-profile players. We've struggled with the salary cap, and you can check the books on that, okay? And we got a long way to go to build it back to where it's going to be, but having 2 good, promising young quarterbacks in our system is a good start in the right direction.
Talk a little bit about Shelton Quarles and him being all over.
Well, he's a Pro Bowl middle linebacker. He had 18 tackles last week. I didn't see the stat sheet today, but when you're playing a team like the Redskins with a mobile quarterback, a very dangerous receiver, Hall of Fame coach, and a great running back, you're going to need a tremendous night from your middle linebacker to stop them. And we did at times, we didn't at times, but Shelton Quarles is certainly playing at a high level for us.
John, can you talk about Simeon Rice? He's had a couple of tough weeks. He's played, especially in the first half.
Well, guys are going to have a couple tough weeks. Tiger Woods, as good as he is, he had a couple tough tournaments. We just try to just continue to, bring the big man to the field, and he's working at it. He's had a couple instances that we've addressed privately, and it has been unfortunate because it did disrupt his total impact on the football team. He's a hell of a guy. He's a lot more of a leader than people know. He likes to be perceived as a villain, okay, but he's really a solid guy that we're going to need in the next 7 weeks.
Coach, talk a little bit about Mike Allstott going airborne. Something you see in practice, or is that Mike's call?
No, we tell him never to go airborne, stay on the ground. But he's changing my theory on that, okay? Look, when you got the guy playing like that, when you got Mike Allstott, who's got 53 or 54 career rushing touchdowns, you try not to overcoach some aspects of a great player's play. And I try to stay away from him in goal line situations.
John, in terms of the turnovers, you didn't get those from your defense last couple of weeks. You got that today. Good job.
We were last in football. I think we were 31st in the league coming into today with possessions that started on the other team's 50 or inside. That's no way to score. Teams that normally score, the film I look at, they get good field position, they capitalize on it. Your play selection is much different, as you know, when you have favorable field position. But Bolden's interception ignited us. We found Galloway against a double corner blitz, and the other turnovers obviously were really big in the win today.
John, was there any question when you had to go for 2 that was going to be all stuff about in the front out?
No, I didn't think about emptying the backfield and throwing it, you know what I mean? We're going to go down. We're going down with our best players. We have guys in our locker room, we called that last night, that have world championship rings. We don't have as many around here as we once did, but we still have championship character that knows what it's all about. And when a game's on the line, I believe the thing to do is to put the game in their hands, and that's what we did today.
John, last week, Chris Sims was better than he was before. Today, can you see him blossoming in front of your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you go through with a young quarterback. I was there for Favre in '92. I'm not comparing Chris Sims with Brett Favre, but I was around a lot of young quarterbacks' debuts and beginnings, and it ain't pretty. And you can do the research yourself. Some guys, like Roethlisberger, there are certain exceptions to every story. But here's a left-handed guy that didn't really come from a quick rhythm passing game at Texas. He came from an explosive offense, but it wasn't a quick rhythm passing game. And the timing and the details, the footwork, all those things are new to him. And I just say this today, there's not very many guys that have done what he's done today against the Redskins in the last couple of years since Greg Williams has been in town. I know that.
John, looking ahead to Atlanta, you dropped the last 2 road games. How much does this one help you get some confidence going into it?
Well, it'll be a tough game. I don't know if they won or not today, but that's a great rivalry in the making for a lot of reasons. And they have a great team. They've assembled a good roster, and it'll be a challenge for us that we're looking forward to. All right? I have nothing to do with the penalties, to be honest with you. No one says anything. We have none, but when we have 7 or 8, that's the first question. We had a key penalty in a return game again today at the start of the second half. That was a horrific way to start the second half. With a holding penalty, we get the ball to the 10-yard line and fumble on the next play. But we did show some discipline in a very difficult situation, and hopefully it's something we can continue. All right? Thank you.